And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely break and that lovely brutal OST. As we return with the quarterfinals. We returned here with the round of 8, and spawning in the right-hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. Here we go. So we're getting into our TvT. We're getting into the second series of the broadcast. And again, to apologize for the extended break, for the extended delay, but now we are back in the swing of things here. And again, we're in the quarterfinals. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look back yourselves. Coming into this TvT, ByuN is the favorite player. I mean, he's the #1 seed to win the entire tournament. Can anyone bring him down? I would say that Nicoract has a bit of history with ByuN. At a time was known as the ByuN Slayer, was one that was reliably beating ByuN, especially in OSC Best of Ones in the King of the Hill format. We'll see how he does approach ByuN this time, though, of course, many seasons, many years later. We are on a larger map, but longer rushes and spike ground. When I think of Nicoract in TvT, he's usually a lot more of an aggressive player. I expect to see Nicoract be active when our players are taking their third bases. Specifically, when we're taking our third bases, I do expect to see committed move-outs to try and apply pressure, deny, or even contain his opponents on 2 bases. We'll see. For now, single gas opener out of Nicoract, single gas out of ByuN as well. We have mirrored openers, mirrored builds for the time being. So far, so good. So far, so good. From here, we're going to be opening up again. Nothing too crazy so far. It is not uncommon to see Terran players go for proxies and go for early game shenanigans in TvT, but everything is on the up and up here. Everything is above board. There's no proxies. There's no early aggression. At least no signs of that yet. We do have an extra Reaper on the way from ByuN. Interesting. So he's going to be continuing and applying more pressure with his initial Reapers. Meanwhile, Nicoract going for a faster factory instead. SVC attack. Ooh, and ByuN shoots first. Yeah, ByuN gets an extra shot off. He will delay the CC, and ByuN will bully Nicoract back. Bearing in mind, Nicoract does not have a second Reaper. And no second Reaper. Takes too many hits. The first Reaper is going to go down. ByuN, he will out control. And can he delay once? Again, he can, and he will. Oof, another SCV goes down. And remember, there's a second Reaper on the way for ByuN, and he wants it. No, he wants it. No, he will get it. He gets the Reaper. Massive pickup. Hellion is on the way. Until then, more SCVs are going down, and it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of control. Here comes our second Reaper. Oof, 4 SCVs. And ByuN, this has paid for itself, more than paid for itself. Remember, there's still no CC. It's still heavily delayed. ByuN double checks, confirms there is still no SCV. Oof. Trays the Reaper for Hellion, worth it here for ByuN. And he wants that SCV. This time he shouldn't get it. But again, I'm sure he's satisfied with what he's done, with what he's achieved so far with these 2 Reapers. Killing 4 SCVs, a Reaper, a Hellion, a massive delay on the command center, a massive delay on the orbital as well as a result. And so far, a nice start for ByuN. So far, so good. So far, so good. So from here, ByuN is going for his follow-up. Cyclones to be safe. Ravens as well for harass. ByuN is enjoying a lead. And from here, it's all about maintaining that lead, right? ByuN, he's up in workers. He even snipes the Hellion. From here, he can build up into a 3rd CC, and I would say that Nicoract is going to be forced to be aggressive. Nicoract, he knows he's behind. He knows he's taking too much damage. It's going to be on Nicoract to find something across the map. But ByuN gets a 3rd CC. No surprises here. I would be surprised if Nicoract expands. But we'll see. We'll see how and when and if. As for now, he's just building up his army. I'm curious if he throws down a second starport. But even then, it's the Old Republic. Like, the rush distance background is so long. He's halfway done. Extra ranks is on the way for ByuN. And eyes are still on Nicoract. ByuN not getting double ebays, double upgrades. Is ByuN being too greedy? I mean, he is being greedy, that's true, but he has a better economy to afford some of this. Does have the economy for it. Here comes the move out, here comes the push. Now Nicoract does expand behind this. He's going for the third CC. It's a very delayed third base. But Nicoract is hoping to at least contain his opponents. At least contain ByuN while he takes his own third. Nicoract moves out. It's nice with the Cyclone, it's not bad. Scans ahead of time. Now remember, ByuN, he has yet to take his base, but he is getting more upgrades. Better upgrades, better tech, better production. Nicoract, he has a lot of disables. Square go for it. Oh no! Ooh, there's one full energy Raven. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, brutal snipe. Down to 2 Ravens. ByuN tries to break out. Just waiting for reinforcements. 1-1 upgrades are almost done. ByuN getting ready for 2-2. Nicoract is now taking his own third. Oh! Okay, he has to be so careful with those Ravens. Well, not quite on the tank. Not quite. And Nicoract will delay the CC. Should not get a kill. It's a poison hit to repair. And Nicoract, he has to get out of here. Yeah, thankfully he does on siege. He has to pull out. Again, if he stays too long, he will lose everything. So Nicoract, he wants to get the hell out of here. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome. Doesn't want to overextend. As Nicoract gets his own third base up. Ooh, double disable, triple disable even. One tank goes down and Nicoract is going to lose everything. Ay, ay, ay. Tank stays on step forward. Remember, 1-1 did kick in for ByuN. GG gets called, and ByuN will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. As we did mention, Nicoract, that was the time where he had to pull out. He had to race back home. Unfortunately, he got caught in the center of the map. Didn't quite make it home in time. It was just a really rough position for Nicoract, considering the early game, right? He was behind. He was behind. That's why Nicoract was being as aggressive as he was. That's why he was doing the best he could to delay the third base of ByuN, to take his own third as well. But again, he was lacking in other aspects. He was lacking in the production, in the army, and the upgrades as well. And again, got caught out. GG, well played. With that, ByuN does take a lead, and now we're loading into game number 2. Going to be loading into Ruby Rock. Here we go. Also, I just realized I don't think I did predictions for game 1. I just no. My apologies. There we go. If you're in the chat, it's Gamba time. Predictions are open. I do apologize. Usually we do have predictions at the start of the series. But best of luck. Best of luck. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran leading the series 1-0 for Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. Representing the Platinum Heroes, it is Nicoract. As we're getting into our TvT. So we're getting into game 2. Once again, last game, ByuN, he had such a strong start with his first Reaper. He was able to bring one of the SCVs, tank some shots to get the first shot off on the Reaper of Nicoract, and just snowball out of control. Wasn't just that, ByuN did choose to delay his factory in favor of a second Reaper as well, and he was just able to overwhelm Nicoract, get a massive lead early on, and just snowball from there. This time though, Nicoract is going for a second Gas Geyser. And so is ByuN. Great minds think alike. Last game, both players went for more economic starts. This time, both players are going for more tech-heavy starts. It makes sense. This is a smaller map, so the likelihood of there being aggression from your opponents is much higher. So both players are playing it safe. This typically means faster factory, faster tech lab, faster cyclones, for example, just faster tech overall. And it's considered to be just a safer way to play. It also means that if your opponent was going for a proxy, for example, you'd be able to get your Hellion out in time to defend. So again, just a safer and more tech-heavy way to play. Nicoract poked in, confirmed no proxy. Meanwhile, ByuN, no SCV scout. So ByuN does have the slightly better economy. Basically, Nicoract, he has one extra SCV that is not mining. Meanwhile, ByuN, because he did an SCV scout, that one extra SCV has been mining this entire time. So again, just a slight lead. Nicoract moves in. Nicoract shoots first. Nicely done. Does shoot first. Moves in, delays the command center. Oh, and Nicoract should win this fight. Oh, gonna be zoned away. Barely zoned back. A second Reaper has arrived. ByuN, he will hold. And Nicoract has to get out of here. No! Oh, he has to get out. No, he's getting caught. Okay, does pull away. Does pull away in time. Does not lose the Reaper. There's that CC. Slightly faster for Nicoract. And he's going for a reacted Reaper Hellion. Okay, so he's continuing Reaper production. Meanwhile, we had ByuN going for the Tech Lab, going for Cyclones, going for the add-ons. ByuN is taking up into a stronger mid-game. Meanwhile, Nicoract has potential early on with the Mass Reaper Hellion. Of course, this army that Nicoract is building up, it doesn't really scale too well over time. So this is a big investment, and we'll see if he can kill some SCVs. The goal here is to break into the natural. Or into the main. Ooh, as Nicoract moves out, ByuN moves in. Oof, and there's nothing at home. There's nothing at home to defend. SCVs will go down, getting one, getting two SCV kills already. Nice starts. Nicoract committing in, delays the CC. Even better, okay. Delays the CC, gets one, gets two SCVs. Doesn't break into the main. Ooh. It's going to be zoned back. And again, not a bad start here from Nicoract. At the same time, though, he's still losing a lot of SCVs, losing up to 6. Ay, 6 SCV kills. I mean, at least he delayed the command center. True. Like, that makes up for it a little bit. As ByuN goes back in. It's cleaned up. ByuN does have the higher worker count, but again, late command center, late mining, and also late orbital, late mules. So we have a bit of a back and forth. I still think I favor ByuN slightly here. He's got his Cyclones, getting into tank production, his Ravens as well. We'll see. So slowing things down. True, I didn't realize, but the Reaper Hellion from Nicoract, he preserved it. He was able to preserve the Reaper Hellion, so now he actually has a decent force to work with here. If at all possible, he might be able to... that I'm not so sure of. I was going to say he might be able to break into the natural, but the tank is in position, and trying to break this siege position is going to be difficult. He's going for it. Oh. He commits in, takes a tank shot to the face, and he gets punished, losing a Hellion, losing 2 Reapers. Yeah, not worth it for Nicoract. So he'll lose that next Reaper. Does get the 3rd CC. He's aware that ByuN is not going for an all-in. As ByuN breaks out. Ooh, it does get one of the Cyclones. Oh my god, that was the range there was crazy. As Nicoract, he bleeds out most of his army. Let's pull away. Once they snipe each other. Nicoract has no 3rd CC of his own. ByuN is pushing forward. When it comes to Ravens, we have 3 versus 2, so we do have an extra Raven here for Nicoract. Speaking of Ravens, one harassing in the main. ByuN gets 2 more SCVs. CV kills Nicoract. He does race across the map. He's going for the third base location. He wants to delay ByuN. As the Raven goes back in. More harass. Okay, getting deja vu here as massive shots go off. Marines get punished. Nicoract, the first to disable. Doesn't get the tank though. And not quite able to. ByuN pulling back. Bearing in mind that ByuN, he's a little more limited here in his Raven spell usage, of course, because he has one Raven harassing. So very limited. Disable goes off. Boys are being pulled. ByuN is going to try to break out. The tank's on siege. Oh no! Yeah, tank's on siege, and ByuN, can he get on top of this? He cannot. They cannot. Massive shots going off. 7 SCVs go down. Disables are running out though. We have 4 Ravens in the air. The Viking! Wow, the Vikings land. They take down the tanks, and ByuN, he shuts down the push. He shuts down the all-in, and ByuN takes the series 2-0. GG. No shot. GG, well played. ByuN, he pulled off the defense with 1 Raven, by the way. He had 1 Raven against 4 opposing Ravens here of Nicoract, and he was able to disable initially, but the disables ran out. He had no NG left over. We saw that the Vikings came in from behind and landed on the tanks of Nicoract, and with that he lost everything. Initially, it looked like things were going well. He was able to punish the SCVs, he was able to disable the tanks, but alas, he just didn't have enough support for his tanks, didn't have enough bio army to protect, to support, and to break through. GG. GG, well played. With that, ByuN does claim the series 2-0, does advance on to the next round, and let's catch up on the bracket. Let's figure out where we are and where we are headed.